Atlanta continues to own the offensive glass here in the fourth quarter. Great board.
Lost. You failed. Loser! I don't even play basketball and I would have made that shot. And even if I didn't make that shot, I'd have did something funny. You know, I'd have did something funny. Kate was like, hey, let's hold to the Super Cody hand point.
With just 35% from three after a couple years in the 40s. Howard misses that one.
Ryan Howard or Alicia Gray, I think Ryan Howard, airballs a shot to win the game late. It lands in Angel Reese's lap, and collectively the whole world said, yeah, she ain't making that. Collectively the whole world said, oh, Angel Reese has it? Oh, and it's a layup? Yeah, she's breaking that. And lo and behold, point blank range to win the game, we get a classic Angel Reese pray up and a...
Despite having every opportunity to be the game's hero, Angel Reese ended up being its joke. That's not hyperbole. On the court between the Atlanta Dream and the Indiana Fever, that is precisely what took place. Furthermore, Reese was not celebrating a victory by the time the final buzzer went off.
Clark laughing at Angel Reese after she missed a wide-open layup for the win.
Quarter. Great board, just could not convert it.
Was pushed under the hoop just enough to not have a great angle to OT.
Let's get started. AS Caitlin Clark passed her. She stood beneath the rim with her hands on her head, grinning, headed for yet another triumphant declaration. A TO comprehend why this rivalry won't go away. In just 95 minutes of basketball, this one game provides you with a complete blueprint and is jam-packed with enough twists that by the following morning, even non-WNBA fans were discussing it.
Reese, you had me laughing at you, girl. I told you, Angel Reese is a pure bum, the worst kind. Angel Reese is the type to steal the trash off your curb and try to see if she can go put it in her refrigerator. The girl can't make a layup to save her life. She missed like 7 layups in the first quarter. Meanwhile, me, the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, I'm putting on shows every single night. 26 points, 9 assists. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever humiliate Angel Reese. Or maybe Angel Reese just humiliated herself. As the Indiana Fever go on to win. 29 points, 9 assists. Am I looking like...
This did not start as some heated back and forth between them, so let's start at the point where things actually got physical. Two players who despise one another already. Simply put, it began with Reese being fried on defense. Reese was all over Clark when she pulled up from deep off the dribble halfway through the first quarter. Despite her best efforts, she was unable to stop the shot from going past the net.
Because she was crap in this game. A bag of crap. She was awful. Angel Reese was terrible. Speaking of terrible, Angel Reese never beating the allegations. This was to open the game.
With Reese leaking out, finds her.
Lee Sheet. That was awful. Wow, that was awful. One more good time. It did a... Yeah. Yikes. Holy moly. Holy.
Even if no one is watching, that is the kind of situation that might subtly irritate a defender. At that precise moment, you challenge the shot with good position and do everything correctly defensively, but the ball still gets in. That must hurt a little for a competitor like Reese, who takes great pleasure in being aggressive and violent.
Clark laughing at Angel Reese for missing the game-winning layup! Helen Keller could have made the layup! It was the fucking second layup that she missed. She missed a wide open drive in the first quarter, and then she misses the game-winning layup. And then, of course, we have the halftime crew just glazing Angel Reese, making it seem like she's a better player than Kelsey Mitchell, making it seem like she's a better player than Caitlin Clark. And Angel Reese with the total brick of a three-pointer. No wonder why they left her wide open, misses the layup. And look of disappointment on both her coach and teammates' face when she missed the game-winning layup. At least Angel was honest at halftime with Holly. I was a little bit impressed by that, where she was like, hey, I am playing like shit right now. I really got to step it up. I will say she is good on defense. She's always good on defense. She's a rebound machine, but she shouldn't shoot the ball so much. This photo just like needs...
After a few plays, Reese and Clark were both scrambling for the loose after Ryan Howard's jumper went up and missed. Ball beneath the basket. At that point, Reese stopped utilizing her body to box out like a typical rebounder. Struggle pushed Clark's neck with her forearm to prevent her from getting to the ball. Not a bump, not a coincidental encounter between two. Players are jumping simultaneously and running into each other as they descend at a purposeful, obvious thrust to the neck. The kind of move that is automatically marked in practically any other physical competition. Furthermore, officials could not argue they missed the angle because this did not occur in a crowd or off in a corner. It took place in front of two officials who were clearly visible in the paint under the high arena lighting. Cameras capturing every moment of it from various perspectives.
Howard misses that one, out of bounds, and it will be Indiana basketball. 4:10 to go in the first, and the Fever lead by 2.
So, let's go to Angel Reese, clocking Caitlin Clark right in the throat hole.
Just 35.
Right here, you're going to watch. There she gets her in the neck, and there she gets her in the throat. Yeah. What are we doing? Neck, throat.
With her arms extended, Clark turned to the referees right away, seemingly pleading for the whistle. It was obvious to anyone watching at home. While battling for a basketball, she was struck in the neck. This, at any level of any sport, is about as textbook of foul as it gets. The officials did nothing but stand. Nothing at all, not even a whistle or review. Reese did not even bother to check, so she knew she got away with it. Whether she was about to receive a call, she simply turned around and continued playing as if nothing had occurred, sprinting back up the floor with the identical look she would have had on a standard defensive rebound.
Look at how she hit Caitlin on the neck. Look, watch this. First time, look, second time. Bro, like, what are we doing? And then the refs act like they didn't see it. Like, bro, the refs didn't.
Reese received a harsh online response right away. Within minutes, videos of the shoves went viral on social media, gaining hundreds of thousands of views prior to the start of halftime. Fans who often attempt to stay. Those who maintain that they simply want to watch good basketball without taking sides are neutral in this rivalry. Was unable to defend what they had just witnessed. Reese is not a rebounder, one fan stated quite bluntly when. She is a player that grabs and shoves when the ball does not bounce in her direction. Therefore, she must truly employ technique and location. Another fan brought up something that made the whole incident even more painful, pointing out that simply, the shove appeared less like a hustle play gone wrong because minutes prior, Clark had scored right over Reese's best contest. More like a real-time outburst of frustration, regardless of the pattern's true motivation. Fans have become accustomed to witnessing this matchup, which was once again on full display, physical, combative, and sitting just outside the limits of a flawless basketball play.
Caitlin Clark is ridiculous, man, and in my opinion, she's the MVP right now. I mean, this performance by her was just insane, and look at this three right away in Angel Reese's face.
The switch on Reese will fire. Hey!
It's really obvious that these two do not like.
However, there is a problem with that type of gamesmanship. IT is only effective if it genuinely modifies the game's result. And it made no difference in Reese's favor on this particular night. The remainder of the first half was spent trying to locate any kind of offensive rhythm, missing numerous paint shots that she typically converts with little difficulty. She started the game at 0 for 6 and finished at 5 by the time her shooting night was over, for a total of 16 from the field, an extremely difficult shooting display for a player who developed her entire reputation for physicality and effectiveness around the rim. She finished with 14 rebounds and continued to fight hard for the boards. And 6 assists, so it's not like she totally vanished from the box score. However, the hostility that fueled that neck shove was obviously not translating into made-up buckets, and Clark continued doing exactly what she came there to do.
A fast break. She sucks from 3. Boom! Whoa! Angel Reese on a layup. Can't score it. She stinks. Look at all these layups missed. The girl is awful. The girl is garbage. Here she comes. I'm going full court. Hey, boom. Get that out of here. She sucks. Here comes Angel Reese coming down the lane again. Uh-oh, spinning and missing another layup. It's missing another layup. Here we go. She's looking for fouls. Here we go, down low. Uh-oh, I'm spinning. I'm missing another layup. The girl is horrible. The girl is terrible at the game. Here we come, coming down the lane. Here we go. I lost it out of bounds. Down low again, another layup opportunity. And she missed it. She's terrible. Here we go for three. Clank. Here we go. Game on the line. Uh-oh, I can win it. Smoke the layup. Then Naz Hillman follows up and smokes the layup. I mean, you starting to rub off on the other people.
Fast forward to the fourth quarter, and this game had turned into an absolute battle down the stretch. Alicia Gray was putting together a career night for Atlanta, eventually finishing with a career high 32 points, and the Dream kept clawing their way back every single time Indiana tried to pull away and put the game out of reach. With the score tied at 81 and the clock bleeding down towards 0, Ryan Howard fired up a three-point attempt that missed off the front rim. Reese fighting for the ball, with Aaliyah Boston practically riding on her back the entire time, somehow snatched down the offensive rebound in tough traffic. This was Reese's moment. This was the exact kind of play she had been physically exerting herself to generate all night long. All she needed to do was finish it clean.
5 seconds. Howard launches. Missed it badly. Reese the putback. Won't go. Hillman, no. And we have...
She could not complete it, with Boston wrapped all over her and barely any space to work with. Reese threw up a putback attempt. It did not even reach the front rim, clanking off short with 3 seconds left on the clock. The ball bounced free again, and Naz Hillman scrambled furiously to try to rescue the possession with a follow-up layup attempt of her own, only for Boston to reach back and smack that one away 2.2 opportunities just at the rim, with a perfect opportunity to send Indiana home with a loss, and Atlanta could not convert either one of them. All that physical exertion Reese put into pressing her way to strong location, and when it actually mattered, when the game was sitting right there for the taking with the clock about to reach 0, she could not finish the play in front of her.
Did y'all see that game? That was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer individual. Angel Reese, probably the most despised person in the history of all sports, couldn't get a layup in. She tried the first time, couldn't get it. She tried the second time, couldn't get it. Even her teammates was like, come on, man. The third time at that point, the Indiana Fever just backed off. Just like, nah, come on, girl. I mean, we feel bad. Go ahead. She's like, I'm Jordan. No, I'm not. Meanwhile, motherfreaking King Clark was laughing at her. She was like, the camera caught it. They even had to do a double take. She did the moonwalk. She was like, beat it.
And this is the part of the night that really went viral across every medium as Reese stood under the basket, with evident amazement, surrounded by teammates trying to console her after the lost chance. The broadcast cut to Clark walking back toward the Fever bench. She was grinning. There was a genuine laugh, obviously amused by the scene, rather than a tiny, courteous smile that she had just witnessed. Perhaps it was a respite from a period of physically demanding basketball. The game was still far from over at this point, so things could have gone drastically wrong for Indiana. After regulation finished in a tie, overtime was played, with both teams obviously exhausted and playing nearly exclusively on adrenaline and emotion at that point in the evening.
Free throws here for Ryan Howard is going to resuscitate this game for Atlanta, but Indiana will immediately challenge it. Let's see. Oh, I don't see it.
Officials called a foul on Clark with roughly 10 seconds remaining in overtime as Indiana held onto a narrow advantage. Ryan Howard was forced to make 3 free throws as a result. Indiana challenged right away. the call, and even the game's broadcast staff stated out on the air that they anticipated. Overruled when authorities reviewed the replay, IT appears to be soft. IT appeared to be precisely the type of call that is reversed 9 times out of 10 in such a situation. Rather, authorities returned to the monitor, examined it, and continued to uphold the foul. And Howard composedly took the court, making all 3 free shots without missing, ending what had been a comfortable. In an instant, the Fever dropped to barely 2 points. For a brief minute, it appeared as though the officials were going to give Atlanta a route back into a match in which they had no right to be competitive after missing 2 opportunities to win. Just minutes before, it was blatantly in regulation.